Thank you all. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. So we have an agenda that we're going to run for about 50 minutes to an hour. We would be taking you through the Business Central new updates. We'll also be taking you through the Copilot part of it, and then we'll definitely have questions and answers at the end of the session. That's primarily going to be the agenda. So Akash, can we move to the next slide, please? Right. Like I said, welcome you all again, and thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking time from your busy schedules and being here. It's a pleasure to have you all. Yeah, next slide, please. So, 3K Technologies is a company who's about 23 years old. We are spread across in the US and India. We carry today 350 plus engineers across in the US and India today, and we cater to micro solutions primarily. We are also a gold and solutions partner, as you see. And this number is 150 plus customers is what we have served today, and we are growing at the moment as we speak. Yeah, next slide, please. Right. At today's center of automation or transformation, as we call it, there are five key aspects that are there, right? One is the AI Copilot, which everybody today is earning. So what does it that really help you do is basically bring in faster automation, better precision decision making, and so on. Now, to have that decision making and faster, precision, you also need to integrate various platforms, which is what the Power of Power platform is primarily. So it brings in all the connected workflows in, and it can integrate with all your Team, Power BI, and Excel, which is your day-to-day tool that you use on that. Now, as businesses grow today, scalability is an important thing. So because business central is going to be on the cloud, the scalability across geos, across cities, across countries can be easily done. So that helps you grow your business at any point of time. Now, as the world grows today and we have businesses growing across multiple geos and countries and states, most important aspect is how do you bring in security and governance? So it's extremely important to bring in strong, very, very strong data compliance, data control, and even partner management for that. So security is going to be a very key aspect as we go forward. Now, all that brings in terms of transformation automation is to basically increase the user productivity, saving his or her time in terms of basic routine tasks that he or she might be able to do on a day-to-day basis. So that's the center of automation, and that's what Business Central today is capable of offering to you. Next slide, please. Now, as you see here, at the core of all businesses is data and intelligence. This is where the businesses, workflows, processes all go through in across the various business units or departments or companies or so. Most important is what we have across is the finance, the business central, the human resources, the commerce, supply chain management, project management, the various attributes that enable this data and intelligence for you. And in today's world, it's also important to integrate with various other we have various other tools which can integrate with these and give you the power to handle businesses, grow them, and also bring in productivity through security too. So that's where the Power Platform, which is Power BI, Power Apps, and Power Virtual Agents and Power Automate comes in to help you completely seamlessly handle all your workflows, business processes, and bring in productivity for the users. So this is the complete ecosystem that you see that helps you engage with your customers, with your vendors, with your clients, and the entire business world community. Yeah, Akash, next slide, please. So I just want to now take a minute to introduce our colleague, Ms. Adi Lakshmi, who's actually the practice lead for Business Central, who's got about 19 years plus experience on Business Central itself, and she has led 65 plus projects, including end-to-end implementations across. And she's also specializing in AI-driven automation, as you see, and Business Central integrations too. So I'm going to hand this over to Adi to take over and talk to us about what's new in BC and how AI and automation has come into that. Over to you, Adi. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening to me.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ranjit. Yes, I hope I'm audible. Okay.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, fine. Shall I present my screen? Yes. We'll talk about few features that we have it in Microsoft Business Central, with respect to the Copilot functionalities. There are, which I would like to highlight as the first one is the chat with Copilot. Okay, so this chat with Copilot is very simple so that you can ask or converse with the Business Central in the natural language so that it helps us to respond or to get the information much faster and easier. Okay, so what we can achieve it in chat with Copilot? You can converse with the in interface, that is our Business Central, so that it is very simple. You can get it very easily. The second one is it also identifies nearly 20 languages, so that it is not that we have to post into the business language, whatever it is, the English. It also identifies 20 other languages. Okay. With this, it does not only ask or help us to prompt us a question so that it answers, it also helps us to navigate. See, assume I'm stuck with, I don't know where I have this particular processes. I can able to ask for so that it helps to have the navigation. It is not that I have to go to this button. So my sales order is there into my sales process and then into customers. So those things are eradicated. Now you can use this as a navigation tool, and also provides it provides us to get into the detail by navigating it. Okay, then with this what we can able to achieve, we can able to achieve so that the learnings, whatever you want to know, assume I'm into a particular page, I doesn't know what this process is, or I doesn't know what this particular field is for. Okay, I can able to learn. It is not that I have to go into multiple screens from here to there and then search for. No, you can able to have easy access into any learning topics from the system itself. I would also like to showcase these things at the end of this sessions. Say there are few more features which I would like to highlight. After that, I'll just take you to the system also. Akash, next slide. So the first one is with respect to chat with Copilot. The second one is the analysis tool. So here on the analysis tool, this is more or less similar, but here it will be very specific to the area where we are. Okay, assume I'm into a particular list, say item list. I can ask for anything with respect to the item. Okay, I can able to do my own reportings with this analysis assist. Okay, so here also we can has the Copilot native functionality. We can able to ask anything in our natural language. Then it also helps us to take and do the data into a formatting so that you can get more details or more reports from this. Then with this, obviously, you can have simplify your reporting tools. That means it is not that every time I have to go, I don't know how to do this generation, or I have to put it into Excel, I have to generate a report. This can be reduced to a maximum level. Okay, so the decision making can be very much faster. So you can play around with the data, what we have it in the Business Central. If it is a regular usage, you can have it as a storage. Every time you can just refer to it and get the details. So it also helps us to take the decision much faster. Next slide, Mr. Akash. Business Central is also having with two agents. One is the sales order agent, another one is a payable agent. In sales order agent, we have the functionality wherein the agent will work as the agent will read our customer emails. Okay, and it allows it to generate the queries. Assume the customer is asking sending an email to us. Okay, the agent will review the emails, whatever the email that is coming to the recognized agent. So it will read, it will respond to the email. Okay, it not only respond, it will be an interactive emailing conversation that will happen. And along with that, there is an action which will also be triggered. But again, since it is an agent, it is an agent powered by human. So there is a human which the agent will suggest these are the actions that is required. and then the human can intervene, can just check and then confirm to proceed further. So with the sales order agent, we'll have the sales automation. We can have this attachments. Say the customer is giving some PDF. The agent can read the PDF. It's not only the emails, it can also read PDF, it can also read images. From then it can take it to the action. With this, what we can achieve so that whenever the customer is coming up an inquiry, we can able to respond them very precisely, whether we can able to meet out that particular inquiry, like whether my inventory is available. It is not that a person has to sit, check whether the inventory is available, whether I can able to deliver it. These are all the activities which the agent itself can check and will reply. So by this, we can able to promise our deliverables and as well as with respect to the inventory handling. By this, our productivity will be increased, wherein the sales team or the salesperson team, whoever is there, they can focus more into the customer engagement, not into the data entry activities. Akash. Like the sales order agent, we have the payable agent. The payable agent is more or less similar. Obviously, the agent copilot functionality is enhancing. So each and every time there is too much of enhancement to it. So with respect to the payable agent, this is a on the preview mode, which is available for few regions. Okay, wherein with this there is a functionality where whenever we receive a document from the from the vendors, it checks with respect to my purchase orders. Okay, it get checks into my purchase order. It review whether the item what they have given and the purchase order is matching, and then it precises that these are the values that has been taken up. So it have a effective matching functionality. So it is now not that a person has to check whether my purchase invoice what they've given is equal to my purchase order. So this agent will do this matching very effectively. By this, we can prioritize with respect to uh, the activities what we have to take it up. By this, we can have the data whatever we enter. It also not only checks with respect to the items, it also checks with respect to the whatever the parameters. If we want to have a check onto any other things, that can also be enabled. Okay, by this we can have our finance team. Okay, wherein the finance team who has to check into the purchase invoice and then do the three-way matching with respect to the purchase orders and other things, can have their activity more focused into the financial activity. So here um your purchasing things will get increased and your errors can be very minimized and you can ensure your compliance. Yes, Mr. Akash. Then the last feature which I would like to highlight is one more thing which is called as analytical analytics. Okay, wherein with respect to AI, it can also get the trends, how our businesses, how my inventory is going on, how my cash flows has to be managed. Okay, it takes the data with respect to the historical data into my system, and also it reads the market trends. So there is an AI based forecasting which helps us to do the forecast very effectively. Okay, based upon my historical data as well as my market trends. With this, as I told, your forecasting with respect to the sales. My based upon my market, I can able to do my sales forecasting. So based upon my sales forecasting, obviously I can handle my inventory. Similarly, there is an inventory forecast wherein how to handle the inventory. What is the inventory that we have to make it to stock? These things can be made very effectively. So the planning with respect to the sales and the inventory will be very effective. So through this, what we'll be achieving? Obviously, we can have the decision making. At last, everything has the decision is nothing but what we take at the right time. And when the data is in the proper set and it helps us to provide the things, the decision can be made faster so that we achieve to the business to a greater height. So by this, we can have a very easy decision in having our stock placed or in the sales to have our sales forecast wherein we can have handle our inventory. So this helps us to optimize the demand and also to have our market to adjust our market to have a more or effective profitability. So these are the few features which I would like to highlight on to the Business Central with respect to Copilot. Okay, now I'll take few minutes to showcase into my system. Okay. Okay, I have shared my screen. Hope it is viewable. Okay, so in the features, I was highlighting about the feature called Chat with Copilot. On the this is obviously you would have been aware that this is my Business Central. In the Business Central, we have the Copilot functionality. So in the ribbon, we have this Copilot. When I click on it, the Copilot functionality, it gets popped up. I can able to ask for any questions. Like, assume I want to ask for, say, which is the customer who owes more. He just go into my system, review my customers, and then it tells who is a customer who is having more balances, who is more owing more to us. So here we got it. So this is the customer. So here it says me that the customer who owes the most is the School of Fine Arts. And what is the amount? It has given me the amount. If I want, I can able to click on, I can able to see. And if we want to cross check whether the data, what is it has taken, it has taken it from the customer list. See, it is not say it has given me the details like what is the money it was. Okay, do I have to check what is the last payment that I have received from the customer? I can ask for what's the last payment or when is the last payment? When is the last payment received from the customer? Okay, there is no payment. So what? We have generated the invoice, but as of now, we have not received any payment. That's the reason he is owing more to me. Okay, so now what can I do for with this? So I want to know how can I receive the money? So I can just ask with is there any way to remind the customer? So I have asked a question like who owns me more? It has given me the customer data. Or if I ask who are the whatever the balances, it would have given me the list. Okay, from that particular customer, I have taken this one. What is the last payment that I've received? I have not received anything. So I asked when is the last payment? There is no payment. If it have asked when is the payment, it would have given. If the payment is done, it would have given when the payment was, what was the mode, what was the amount, those details it would have given. So now since I have not received, the next thing obviously what I would like to know, I would like to know whether I can generate anything where I remind the customer to make the payment. So it gives me the details how I can generate a reminder to the customer. So it helps me to do an action. Like these are the steps that you can follow to generate a reminder to the customer. Okay. Assume with the same customer, I would like to ask. So with this process, I can just review, I can generate the reminders. Okay. Say, assume I want few more any other details. Okay. Like I want to see what is the last quote that is generated. Okay. Say, what is the I can be very specific. What is the last code generated for a particular item, or what is the last code, or when is the last code generated for the particular customer? I can be very specific so that it is not that I have to go into the data, put all the filters to arrive at some data into my system. I can just give the prompt. Whatever I want to see, I can just give the prompt so that it checks. So it is saying me that the last code generated was the code number 1002 for this customer. Okay. So since I was into the customer respect, it is showing me that I'm also referring to the customer. Okay. If assume with respect to any specific, it would have taken. So it is this customer for this amount. So if I click on, I can able to see the particular code. Say I want to see what are the sales code that is expiring this week. What are the sales code expiring this week? So it is more interactive. I can put question, it gives me answer. On that, I can put another question, it will give me answer. Or if there is any process which I have to take it up, I can take it up. So here again, you can see there is no code that is expiring this week. Why? I can just click on. It has shown me that it is taking from code. And what is the filter that is it is applied? Filtered quotation with the expiry date. So this is my demo environment, and this is the current week. Within this week, there is no code. That's the reason it is showing me. So if I click on sales code, so it would give me the same detail. Sales code valid between this period. Okay. So if I want to come to a complete new set, I can just click on so that it helps me to clear the data and to start with the new conversations. See, it is not only with respect to the sales. Assume I want to know something with respect to my inventory. List the items that is with the price less than $200. So like this, we can able to give the prompt, and then we can say it. So here it has given me the list. It has taken some few items where it has given me the item number with the image that we have. Or if it is more, we can just click on. We can able to see whatever the items that we have less than the price that we have given. See here also I could have asked for what are the items that is having a stock. It is possible. So this is called as chat with Copilot. Anything with respect to the data, we can able to do it. The next functionality which I was talking about is respect to the analysis. So anywhere into the system, we have this analysis. Okay. Assume I want to see the same thing. Okay. Now it has taken me to the list. Okay. I'll just remove this. I want to see the analysis. I want to do some more analysis. Say I will want to see list items with stock more than or list the item list. I'll just give a simple prompt. List item with description, unit price, and inventory. So it is not that if at all, if I want to do any reporting, I can just go into this, give the prompt, so that the complete list, what I have with multiple columns, I can able to give the prompt so that it provides me the respective thing. So it has given me the description. I asked only for the description, unit of measure, unit price, and the quantity in hand. Assume I missed to ask for the item number. I missed to ask for the unit of measure. Add item number and unit of measure. So by this, you can able to give your prompt so that it gives you the data. So any reporting, assume I want to see, sort the item, sort based on stock, inventory. So it is sorting based upon inventory where it is in ascending to descending. Okay. Say assume if I want to have. So these are the tools where we can put in the prompt so that I want to say the management is asking for, say give me a report for the items with these details. So you can just prompt it and then get the details. Say I want to group by vendor. The same detail it will group based upon my vendor. So here these are my vendor. So against the vendor, I'll get this. Okay, if I want to make it as a pivot, I can able to do it. So this is with respect to analysis. So then analysis is there in our item. So it gives me the detail. So if I want, I can keep it so that every time if I open, I can open and review the same thing. Now I'll take you to the agent, the sales order agent. Okay. So here this is sales order agent. So wherein this sales order agent is in the preview mode. Okay. So here I have in the sales order, I have configured my system into the sales order agent wherein I have received 19 emails, and out of the sales order agent, I have created 4 codes, 1 order, and what is the time that I've saved? Time that I've saved, because it is not only going to create it, it is going to generate the data. Assume I have already generated few things. I'll just showcase from there. So there was a mail. First, there was a mail. Okay, if you want, I can just generate. Okay, there is a mail which we can send it. Okay, so when I send any customer is sending an email to this email ID, it comes into the agent wherein it captures the email itself. So the subject is inquiry for shares, and here there is an inquiry. I want to know the availability of shares and its price. So this is the email which was triggered from a customer to the agent, okay, or to the particular email ID which is associated with my agent. So for this email, there are multiple actions. This is the first trigger which has been done. Okay, against this, the agent would have listed like these are my items. Okay, these are the items that we have and whatever the availability. Say against that, I would say there the customer has replied back. So these are all emails which has got generated. I would like to place a quotation for this particular thing. So the customer is replying back. So for this thing, so here there is a code which we have received. So we are saying that, say if we confirm it, the code will be generated. Okay. For example, so here on the agent, if we are having any icon, so now there is one icon, one, which means this is to be reviewed. So here in the agent, the previous thing is we are interacting so that it gives me, I'm asking, it gives me the answer. So here it going to generate, it's going to act upon. So it is showing me that there is an action which is to be performed. So if I click on, it is showing me this action. That is, I've just triggered a few things. So I have the customer was asking for quote. I have confirmed. I have issued a quote. Then the customer is asking for to confirm an order. So I have created an order. So this is the order. So I am just once the order is created, it shows me like this is the order which we have created. So it will ask for an action. So when I confirm, the email will be generated. So there is an interactive emails which will be triggered from the customer to the agent based upon the configuration that we have done against the business central. So now if you see, I've just now sent an email. So if you click on, so there is one action here. So here you can see, this is the recent one which I have sent. Okay. So this have got, so I have just sent this email. So I click, so there is a confirmation. So when I click confirmation, it reviews. So here you can see this task is in progress. So I have received the email. In the email box, it is not that I have to go to the email box. Into my agent itself, it will be listing it. And then we'll have this. So this email is just I have confirmed, triggered, and I have confirmed it right away. So so like this, it will take. I'll take you to the next feature called the purchase agent. Okay. So in the purchase agent, I would like to showcase with respect to the e-document. So in the e-document, we have the e-documents, whatever we have received, we'll have this e-document. So here, these are my data that I have received a purchase document line. So these are the data that I have received. If you want to do the mapping with respect to the purchase order, so I can identify the order number. So if I want to do the purchase mapping, I can just click map purchase order. So if I click map purchase order, the purchase order will be mapped. Okay. Or I can use map functionality with respect to my Copilot. So if I click on Copilot, it will just list down what is my order. So this is the orders that we have. So it is prompting that the order. Say there are 3 lines in my order which I've received from the vendor, but on the order line I have only 2 lines. That is 10,000 and 20,000. It is matching with that, and it is suggesting. If I want, I can able to click on so that these lines are matched with these 2 lines, and we have not received any detail with respect to the third and fourth line. So it here, if we click apply, the data with what we have received, it's getting applied and then it gets automatically generated. So these are the features where we can able to map, we can able to account the invoice, receive the data from the vendor against my purchase, map it, and then account the invoice. So which will minimize our activity. Okay. The trigger which I've generated for the sales, it has come. It is giving me the review. So it shows me that I'm going to create your quote. So the quote has already been created. So if I want to have, I can just click confirm so that the quotation will be generated to my customer. So these are the main features that we have along with the Copilot. Akash, can you just present your screen?
Yes, sorry, presenting a screen.
Yep, the slide, the previous slide. Okay. The summary and the benefits. So with respect to this, what we can able to achieve, my activities much becomes much faster. Okay, it will be much smarter, and wherein we can focus on the productivity and the profitability rather than doing the data. And so the data is the thing where we have to have the data is the more valuable thing, which helps us to take the right decision at the right time. So this will help us to make it very faster. Yes. Yes, Mr. Rakesh, you can take over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Adi. Thank you so much for the excellent, demo and showcasing of the capability that we spoke about initially. Uh, I want to introduce Ms. Ria Roy from Microsoft. She's AI architect, and she's going to talk to us about the Copilot Studio here. Over to you, Ria. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Hi, everyone. A very good evening. And in the next 10 minutes or so, we will see a practical demo. I'll be building it along with you, an agent with the Microsoft platform called Copilot Studio. And the agent that Adi had shown, the sales order agent and the payables agent, the out of the box agents that's available within Business Central, which you can also develop those agents using this platform. It's a low code platform. And I'll share my screen. If in case you're not able to view it, please do let me know. Okay.
Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay. Sure. Okay, so like I mentioned, Copilot Studio is a low-code platform offered. It's a SaaS platform offered by Microsoft for agent development. And in the next 10 minutes, I'll very quickly try and build a similar agent that Adi had shown, but you have the complete control over customizing it, over adding additional logic and also adding additional moderations to it, so on and so forth, right? So let's begin with the use case, the same use case, invoice processing and automation, which is very rudimentary, very basic, easy to understand and chew as well, since there's a lot of jargons that I would be using, right? So I have the option to go ahead and create a new agent. And I have an option to create a simple Q&A kind of agent, a task-based agent, or an autonomous agent, which gets triggered basis an event like an email that has been sent, right? Where the mailbox is being continuously monitored or polled to get um, the latest emails, which has attachments, which has maybe invoice attachments or so on and so forth, right? So there are two ways you can conversationally build an agent using this low-code platform, or you can, um, configure these text boxes. Here we have name, description, instruction, and knowledge. So we will just go ahead and configure it as invoice processing agent. And then description as processing the invoice. So we can, iteratively keep enhancing the in description basis the features that you add, because all these are being taken into consideration in internally, where it uses the GPT model, right? So there's a large language model that's running behind the scenes. So processing invoices, I'll just keep it plain and simple for now. And then we will keep adding the instructions once after we have configured the required tools and knowledge sources. We'll go ahead and click on create. Right. So, like I mentioned at the back end, there's a bunch of things that's happening because it's a SaaS app. It is a SaaS application for Microsoft, completely managed by Microsoft, and it is deploying all the required services and so on and so forth at the back end. Okay. So once after that, you will see this UI where you can add knowledge sources, you can add tools, you can connect multiple agents together. You can also include topics, which is rule based. You can also include agent flows, where you can connect multiple connectors together, right? So here in this, there are multiple models that the agent can leverage, the internal orchestrator. For now, we'll go ahead with the default agent model, right? Now, in terms of invoice processing, like I mentioned, it can run autonomously from what you have seen in the sales order case and payables agent case as well. So here you have the option to even set up a trigger, which is a connector, and we do have Office 365 and multiple other third-party connectors, which you can just connect it very quickly by adding certain parameters. So there's when a new email arrives connector as well, is basically a trigger, and it will be constantly monitored to see if there's any new email that's coming up, right? For now, I'll just keep it simple, so that I can show it on the interface itself. That's about the autonomous part of it, that you get invoices in your inbox, and that has to be automated and maybe uh, you know updated in Business Central itself, right? So for that, what would be our first step? I will keep it very conversationally driven for now, though we have the option to, keep the email trigger, and I will use the topic for the same process. And here I name it as invoice extraction. Now, this complete agent is leveraging the GPT-4o model. So you have to provide a description as in when this topic has to be triggered. I'll just keep it as invoice extraction, but it is intelligent enough to, understand the varied conversations or utterances that the user could potentially type. So here in this scenario, invoice extraction, certainly we need the attachment. I go ahead and ask a question like, upload a file. There could be scenarios where the user would, upload the file in single prompt. It can be configured likewise. So given that I have 10 minutes, I'll very quickly try to, build this agent. So once I have the file, the next step is certainly to extract the details within that invoice, right? And how do I do that? I go to add a tool. I create a new prompt, right? What is a prompt? I basically give instructions, and I choose a model of my choice, which is good at, extracting documents. Maybe I'll keep the standard GPT 4.1 model, and there's prompt template where I can leverage pre-built prompts, right? So here you can see the instruction is that extract invoice details, including customer and vendor information, total and line items from all the pages of the invoice, ensuring that all relevant information is captured, even if it spans multiple pages, identify and extract data from tables, including. So I'll change the prompt into invoice extraction, right? And now for this input, it is a document input that is gone. And this is how the invoice looks like. Maybe, so this is just for the testing purpose. We will, pass the live document. Like it says, sample files are not saved. Now, I'll convert it into GPT 4.1 and I'll test this. Once after I test it, it basically extracts from that invoice, right? And it provides the response. So it's essentially doing the OCR. It provides the response in a JSON format, which I can take it and further manipulate it or have an approval system in place before even sending it to BC, so on and so forth, right? So here I'll just go ahead and save this. Now, once after I save this, I need to dynamically pass the text, right? So just a moment. Make some changes for resaving it. Okay. Let me just recreate it. Yeah, so I can potentially reuse the invoice extraction that I had created earlier. I'll just share that again in the interest of time. This is what I had created earlier. It's the same prompt template that I have used. There's no difference. So, invoice extraction, I'm using GPT 4.1, the same prompt template, right? And now I have connected both of these where file and the prompt. I'll send the file here dynamically, and I'll try to create a new variable here, right? And I'll rename the variable, yeah, global. And I'll make this variable global so that it can be dynamically added, right? Uh, it is in the dynamic chain. What exactly is this variable? It contains the extracted invoice. So I changed the name and the variable description to extracted invoice details and using dynamic chaining. Right. I'll go ahead and click on save. The other part of it that I was discussing was that if in case you want to have an approval or a human in the loop in between before, making it automated for a threshold of invoice amount above a value, then you have something called new agent flow, right? In this, again, it is a rule-based system, but what it uh, you know, gives the additional benefit is the multi-stage approval functionality. You can configure the approval. This can be an AI stage, not you really don't require a manual approval in scenarios where the invoice amount is less than um, what has to be moderated, right? If has to be less than that, then you can rely on AI to make the decision by itself for approving it, right? And for that, I have again opted for a prompt itself for this AI approval. You can leverage, these documents. You can provide these documents and basis the criteria that you have mentioned. And only if all these criteria are met, the AI will take a decision for approval. And it also provides, the rationale of taking that decision as well. And you can probably send that rationale as an adaptive card or as a card or a message to teams for your management to have a look at it, so on and so forth, right? So if I just test this, you will see the approval decision here that AI has made. It has rejected it, saying that the invoice does not meet all approval criteria, while the supplier name, item description, quantity match across the invoice document, right? So you can essentially bring in a level of approval layer into it. And you can also include a manual stage so that even if, just to be doubly sure, even if the AI made the decision, you can, pass on that decision to a human in the loop and then verify it before you make any updates to the um, before you make any updates or before you know the line items are added over here. So I go back to, I just have 7 more minutes. So I'll just show you the one that I had created, right? Um, Earlier. So here in the topic, the invoice extraction is what we have seen. We basically getting the file, we are extracting all the values that's there in the file. And once after that, if you've observed in the instructions, I have just plain natural language instruction that just invoke the topic that I've created and insert the record in Business Central by executing this action. So essentially, this is a connector that's available again in Copilot Studio with the values from previous step, basically whatever has been extracted, right? So here in the tools, if you see, there is a Business Central connector, right? And I have created a connection for that. It essentially creates the record. And here these details have been configured, and the remaining details that has to go to the purchase invoice table, you can see it dynamically filled with AI, and basis the instruction it picks up dynamically because we have enabled the dynamic chaining for that variable, if you recollect, right? So here in the invoice date and invoice number, it dynamically picks it up. I have hard coded the vendor number because right now, the invoice that I have, sample invoices, and it doesn't match with the vendor invoices that I have. So vendor name that I have. So for now, for the demo purpose, I've hard coded it. But like you see, you can, dynamically fill that with AI itself basis the extracted information. Now, once after it has been created, the AI will generate a response and send it back to the user, right? So that is essentially the flow is about. And as and when you build it on the right side, you will see, test your agent window, and you can see the activity map also. So when I say invoice extraction, I'll just find the invoices from here. So this is one of the sample invoices, a Contoso invoice. I'll just upload this document, and you will be able to see that it has extracted the data. And if I go to the activity map, you will also see what essentially is happening. It has triggered that topic that I created. It extracted the data in JSON format, and it has called the Business Central, uh, connector, and it is trying to fill up all the details. So I'll just show you the activity that I had ran before in the interest of time. Right, so here you can see the insert invoice details and purchase, everything that was extracted, even the invoice ID that was extracted uh, was passed on dynamically without even prompting for it. The vendor details and everything that's required was extracted. And in Business Central, you can see that this 10722 was Fabricam was created as well, right? So that's essentially you can very quickly build this agent using Copilot Studio, which is a low-code platform, and it's not just about this conversationally driven. You can also leverage the event driven, where you can have mail trigger or any other triggers for that matter. You can have multi-agent kind of setup. And you can also connect it to the Azure AI, Azure AI Foundry. Right now, for the internal orchestrator, we have GPT support, and for the prompt, we have the Azure AI Foundry support as well. So you can essentially extend and leverage all the Business Central connectors. And every other, there are about 1,800 plus connector that you can leverage, and you can also add a knowledge source also. So that is essentially how you can create agents, and I have taken some bit of time, but I hope you got an understanding. And back to you, Akash.
Thanks so much, Ria. That was a very interesting session. I wish we could give you more time, but then thanks again for your efforts there. So we almost come to the end of the webinar. We want to we want to take up a few questions for the speakers. Kindly unmute yourself and ask those questions, please. Thank you. Yes, please. Please go ahead, Elias.
Hi Akash, yes, from this side. Can we had a detailed session of agent creation? Like it looks like it's so much interesting. So from our side, we
Okay.
need some detailed section.
Okay. Sure, Elias. We made a note of that. We'll probably work on that and we'll get back to you. Would that be okay, Elias?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Any other questions, please? Yes, please, Prashant.
Yeah,
Please go
my
ahead.
question, my question was related to writing prompts, right? And I just wanted to understand while writing a prompt for a sales order or a sales quote, if we have multiple prices for an item, right, which is based on year, right? Like we have the price is valid for a period, right? So how do we ensure that in the prompt that we are picking up the price which is relevant for that particular year?
Yes, so we can give the say in the prompt you can ask for say provide the item. It is there's nothing but the provide the item with the pricing. There are few enhancement which is going up. Okay, so you can ask for list the price from the price master, sales price master for the customer for between these period. You can just ask for it.
I tried doing it, but it was not giving me any the desired result. Maybe I have to tweak some more thing to get a proper answer. And anyways, thank you that you told me that some work is going on, and maybe in
Yeah.
coming times we may get something better.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thanks, Prashant. Thank you, Prashant, for the question. Harsha, please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, my question was also around the prompting part itself. Like, is there, suppose once we get an email for a check, can we like add a template from our company's end so that these are all the like information we need to send a quote? Like, can we set up a template reply over the email or a generic form link to get the details and all? I
Ye-
know that
Hmm.
they showed connectors now. I think
Hmm.
Riyadh, if I remember
Hmm.
the name. There were connectors, right? We can connect multiple um like tools. You didn't understand the question. Like, can we connect multiple tools on the prompt reply to get data from the customer in a format or a template we want the prompt to give back the code?
Uh, Adi, maybe I can take that question.
Yeah. Yes. Yes,
So yeah,
Musli.
the sales order agent and the payables agent right now is out of the box agent available within Business Central, and the customization is still not opened up. So if you are looking at having an additional layer, then Copilot Studio offers that flexibility where you can build it end to end and have that additional layer added to it also.
Okay, so I can't use an existing forms link on
In
the
the
connect.
out of the box agent. Yeah, so the customizability is still not there. It will come down the line. But it is an out of the box agent right now. But if you have to, customize it, you build it end to end through Copilot Studio, because sales order agent and payables agent both uses Copilot Studio at the back end. If you have to, enable it, you have to, in your paid production tenant, you have to set up Copilot Studio billing as well. So at the backend, it uses Copilot Studio itself. And for any additional customization, you will have to, build that flow end to end through Copilot Studio. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, I got it. So whenever there is a reply or a prompt or what we want to reply, we can go there and fill in a basic template itself, and probably we can attach and send what is required or what we are quoting.
Yeah, through Copilot Studio, you will have to build that.
Okay, got it.
Elias, you had a question?
Hello,
Yes, please.
can you hear? I'm Subramani here.
Yes, Mr.
Ours
Subramani,
is
please
a
go ahead.
ours is a customized portion variant. We have a thick width length dia like that. We customized our item master and item ledger entry. Will the AI tool will read the customer PO and put it into our variants? Is it possible for us?
Yeah, we can enable customized fields also. When we do
can
the
do it.
agenting, I think, yeah, when we do the agenting, during the time we can refer to what is the field it has to refer. That can be done.
That can be done. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
Go ahead, Elias.
Elias has asked.
You raised the hand again, so.
Hmm.
Elias, you have a question? Okay.
No. It's clear.
Fine. Thank you. Anybody else, any questions before we close the webinar?
Please share the recording, please.
Sure. Okay. If we don't have any questions, I would like to thank everybody for taking the time to attend the webinar. If there are any questions, please do write to us. You have the coordinates on the screen. Please do write to us if you need any help, any support, or we'll also be sending a survey quickly. And please do kind of fill in the survey. It will help us, improve better. And thank you once again, to the speakers and everybody else for joining us today. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you all. Thank you. Bye.